The Mobile County Public School System presents Homeroom with Nancy Pierce.
Hello and welcome to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pierce. We have three fabulous guests, maybe four fabulous guests, but one of them is an incredible creature. And I'm not talking about the woman that has her perched, but Susan Clements, who is a biologist, and she works at the Environmental Studies Center, which we'll talk about later. But take a look at what she brought. Tell me about this, Susan.
Well, this is Luco, and Luco, of course, is a bald eagle, and he is now 17 years old.
Is that old?
That, probably middle age.
Is it?
They live around 30 years, so yeah, middle age, so not too old. But he's very special to us at the Environmental Center because he is going to be staying with us permanently. We've had him about a year and a half now. But what you have to look at, if you look at his beak, of course the way he's facing right now you can't see it, but it's curved. The upper mandible is curved to the side, and he was actually born that way. So it's deformed, it can't be fixed, and eagles need to use their beaks to tear up their food. So he can't do that. So we actually have to cut his food up for him daily in order for him to eat.
What does he eat?
Basically in the wild they eat a lot of fish, but they'll also catch things like mice and rats. They'll eat dead things on the road, carrion, so they eat a variety, but fish is probably their favorite. Yeah.
So it's pescatarian, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I look at, as far as the beak, I'm looking at the bottom part. Now, is that part of it broken?
That is actually broken. So his whole story is he was found in Cape Canaveral, Florida, when he was about 4 days old. So 17 years ago, Fish and Wildlife, they used to check eagle nests and kind of keep track of how many babies were being hatched. And him and a sibling were found, and they noticed his beak was deformed. So they actually removed him from the nest and brought him to a rehabilitation center, and they did several things to try to fix the beak, but couldn't be.
Now, what about the sibling?
The sibling was fine. They were able to leave the sibling in the nest, and just Luco was taken. So yeah, he was brought to several different rehab centers, to a veterinarian clinic over in Texas actually, and that beak was worked on, but it could not be fixed. So we actually have to file it every month because it's like fingernails, so it's constantly growing.
How do you do that though?
And we use a Dremel drill. Think about it, he's been having this done to him for 17 years.
True.
So one person holds him literally to her chest, just kind of wraps him around. And then I do the dremeling, and you just kind of, we don't have to do much because we do it monthly, so we just file it down, kind of like clipping your fingers, not your fingers, your fingernails. Yeah. And you know, there's no feeling, so it's not painful to him. It's just, you know, uncomfortable because we have to, you know, hold him. But yeah, once a month. Now that lower beak that you pointed out, that broke when they were doing one of the surgeries. And what happened is it broke past the growth area, so it can't grow back. So in a way, it almost kind of works out, so I don't have to file that lower mandible at all. I just have to file that upper one all the time.
At the center, is he all by himself?
Yes, yes.
Does he have to be, or?
Probably, because he's almost considered to be imprinted where he thinks he's a human. Because think about it, he's been with humans since he was 5 days old. We don't think he'd get along really well with other eagles. And with him being trained to sit on the glove, you know, like he's doing now, by being by himself, we can go out and get him easier. He's in a beautiful new aviary that we had built just for him. It's beautiful, just beautiful. So that way we can go out, we can work him every day, we can trim his beak once a month. We do hand feed him every day. And that, it's not only, you know, of course we have to because of his beak, but it's good to keep that one-on-one. We want him used to us because we're working with him so often.
So you take him out to train him to, what, give him exercise?
Well, we take him out just to be around people because he's our educational bird. So basically, we want him used to being around people. He's being wonderful right now. He is. Now he's a TV star. You know, everything's going through his head.
I haven't leaned into him and kissed me or anything. So.
But yeah, no, we need him to be, you know, used to being around people. You're good, you're good. But we want him to be comfortable. And so the more we work with him, the better it is for him. So he's not going to be afraid of anything. You know, coming in here to a new area, he's getting ready. I knew that was coming.
Uh-oh.
But you know,
oh well,
as we say, that
Yeah.
always happens.
That's
but,
right.
But yeah, so we work him every day just to keep him used to people, being around things. We bring him out to schools, we bring him out to festivals, different things. So he needs to be used to being in different environments all the time, so he doesn't get stressed. You know, that's the main thing, keeping him comfortable.
he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is that a normal size for?
You can see my arm is probably starting to shake. He's actually about 6 pounds. He's a male. The males, thankfully he's a male because the males are smaller than the females.
Really?
The females can get to be 8 to 10 pounds, so I'm very, very thankful he's only 6. You know, people are like, 6 pounds? You know, that's not
that's
much.
no problem.
But it's like I always tell them, go home and hold a 5-pound bag of
Exactly.
sugar for, you know, how long with your arm out here, and it just gets
That's
heavier.
tough.
Right now, at least I'm kind of on the arm of the sofa here, so it's not too bad, but it does. It gets very heavy after a while, and when he starts moving those wings, it's...
And you have a perch for him.
We actually, I don't really use a perch for him.
Okay.
We weigh him once a week, and that's a perch on a scale, so he does get on that. But I hate to just keep him perched because we can't keep control of him. And you know, if he was on a perch and I didn't have, and he started flapping, I feel like I have more control.
Drill
when he's
this
sitting
way.
on the glove.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I recently heard this story about an eagle that was being, was at a ball game to be there as entertainment. I'm not afraid of anything, but he's kind of scary,
Oh, my
but he's
goodness.
pretty. And
You're good.
the trainer, they wanted it to fly around the baseball field. It was the Dodgers and I think the Diamondbacks. And the trainer was inside the field too. And he had his arm up and the eagle flew around and was looking around, flew around and made went toward where he was supposed to go to his handler. And then he went whoop.
Yeah.
And he went away.
And it happens.
They
you
did
know?
get him back.
Yeah. It's working with he's actually fully flighted. I mean, he can fly. The only thing wrong with him is his beak. And he has been in programs where he has flown. But we have decided to work an animal like that, you have to work them a lot every day to keep them trained to go back to the glove. And it's just we don't have the time at the center to do that. So he is no longer, he's flighted in his cage, but we don't work him flying when we're doing a program. It's just easier to control him this way. Because as you saw with the baseball game, you never know. Any kind of little distraction,
Sure.
they're going to fly. They're most of the time they're going to come back, but you never know. And
I
it
think
takes
that
a
was
lot of
just
work.
freedom.
Yeah,
Freedom.
yeah.
But I'm so glad you brought him back.
He's very
beautiful.
impressive. He'll be staying, permanent home. We got him a year and a half ago from the 4-H center up in Columbiana. The person who was in charge of him was moving to another job, and there's a special permit to keep these eagles, and thankfully we have an eagle permit, so we were able to take them. And just the best thing ever that happened to us. Just so impressive. You know, even in an exhibit, you can't really see the size of them until he's out on a glove right up close to you. They're so impressive.
Very
They really
impressive. And we need to take a break. And we're going to have Desiree Bishop, who is the head of the Environmental Studies Center, come with us. And then you'll be back later in the show. So thank you for bringing Luco.
Luco.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we will be right back.
The Mobile County Public Schools Signature Academies program offers a variety of specialized curriculum for highly interested and motivated students. These academies provide students with choices ranging from aviation to healthcare, advanced information technology to international studies, from engineering to coastal studies. These high-quality, hands-on programs prepare students for careers readily available in Mobile County. Signature Academies program. It starts with us.
Hi, I'm Martha Peak, Superintendent of Mobile County Public Schools.
And I'm Kay Ivey, your Lieutenant Governor.
We want to remind you to use caution while operating motor vehicles in school zones.
And remember to observe all traffic laws relating to school bus safety and stop ahead when you see red.
Protecting and keeping our children safe, it starts with us.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Transportation Director for the Mobile County Public School System. Remember, stop ahead when you see red.
Smartboard, that's wrong.
Welcome back to Homeroom. I'm so glad you're staying with us. We have the director of the center, the Environmental Studies Center, which is a part of the Mobile County Public School System with us. And she has brought one of my favorite animals. Desiree Bishop. Good to have you here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
And what do you have there?
This is Cobb. Cobb is a rat snake, an albino rat snake. He's lacking.
Rat snake? I've
I
always
mean
been
corn
told these are-
snake.
okay, I was gonna get- whoa, a
corn
rat
snake. So a lot of people get them confused, obviously, corn and rat. But and he is albino. He's missing his normal coloration, but he has the pink eyes, and so he has more white on him, and it's not quite as dark as it is.
But he's beautiful.
Yes, and this is a pet trade snake. Someone had him as a pet.
Oh, really?
And then didn't take care of him, and so that's why we have Cobb here. And Cobb is the only snake we allow anyone to touch, because we're not into petting. We don't do petting.
Exactly.
At the
And you do have a
Environmental
lot of
Studies
snakes there that might.
We do. We have
Yeah.
some venomous snakes and some other snakes there. So
Well, that's great. Cobb, because of corn.
because of corn.
Corn on
I
the
know.
cob.
I
So
know. We
he's
always ask the
Cobb.
kids, "Do you think they eat corn?" And they said, "Oh." Sometimes they say yes. I said, "No, they eat the rats that are in the corn." So
Let's not go there. Let's talk a little bit about the Environmental Studies Center.
Yes.
It still is a jewel in the Mobile County Public School System.
Yes.
I mean, it is fabulous. If you've never been there, you need to go. Now, they aren't open on the weekends, but during the week, fabulous. And Desiree's going to tell us a lot about that. It's huge, first of all.
Yes, we have over 500 acres, and we have a 17-acre lake. It is a man-made lake there. But, except for where our building is, the rest of it's just the way it has always been. It's very natural. We have trails. We have different habitats there. And we're always amazed. We've been there since 1978.
That
and
is amazing.
There are people that still don't know
I
that
know.
we're there.
I know.
So, and we do a lot of kids. We do wildlife education, K through 12.
And that's during the school year.
During the school year, about 12,000 students come in contact with our programs. So, we live and, we walk the talk. And
Yes,
we
you do.
try to make sure that all our students know how important the environment and preserving wildlife is. So, we're always excited. We're booked solid through the school year.
Sure.
So, we always ask teachers, to get your field trips in line, because everybody wants a field trip.
It's going to get booked up very quickly.
Very quickly.
Now, you have a good thing about letting the people know about it, that, not the parents, but, the parents too, but also people who don't know about this. You have an open house twice a year.
Yes, twice a year, the first Saturday in November and the first Saturday in May. We are open all day, and we do all our wildlife shows and our portable planetarium.
That is
sometimes
so cool.
we do animal releases, and we sell concessions, and we have all the environmental organizations come and set up a table, and sometimes they have animals or touch labs, and they give out information. So it's a real environmental free day that you can come, bring your family, very family friendly, and you can come out there and just enjoy your time out there.
And people come not only in November, but also in May.
In May,
They will
yes,
come back too.
They will come back.
They want to see everything again. Is Cobb the most popular one?
Oh, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings,
Okay.
so I'm going to say that he is the most popular one.
He
So,
is.
He
is my
popular.
favorite. I have to say, except the
know?
bald eagle now is probably my favorite.
Well,
Sorry.
he's not as feathery as the bald eagle,
No,
and he's
he's
much
not.
calmer than the bald
He
eagle
is.
And I know this is one of your favorites here, that Cobb is. So I'm going to let you hold him in a minute.
Oh,
So
jeez, this is terrible. I thought you were going to give them to me right away, but no, you make me wait.
I'm going to make you wait. But we do let the kids pet him just with 2 fingers when they're at the end of the program. Then they have to go wash their hands or use hand sanitizer, and we don't really like people to handle our animals, because we can give them diseases,
Definitely.
and they can get ill there. And plus, a lot of them just aren't used to, for a wild, this is part of the pet trade, for a wild animal, petting is not pleasant for them. It's very stressful. But we like to use our snakes to educate people, because we see lots of times, especially on Facebook, people killing snakes, and it always kind of hurts us because snakes have a very important role in the environment. So, you know, they take the rat population down, and, you know, and the snake is scared of you. So the main thing is for you to, you know, just leave the snake alone. And the ones you find in your yard, you know, the other day I saw a picture of somebody that killed a king snake, you know, and the king snakes are fabulous. They're the only snakes that will kill the venomous snakes and eat them.
Do you think they killed them because they were afraid, they didn't know what it was and they didn't want it around? And when do I get to hold Cobb?
So, and they do get, people get scared. So, and then they think, you know, oh, they're going to bite, but you know, everything bites. Your dog bites, your cat bites.
Sure.
So, you know, it's just the main thing is just stay away from them.
See, he's getting wiggly because he wants to come over here.
Here you go. It's your favorite.
Yes, you are very, very cute. Now, when I would walk down the hall with him here, people would run.
Yes.
They at least would say,
people are scared.
"Get him away from me." But no,
he's a good ambassador for the reptiles.
He is, and he's so soft. Tell me about the Skylab. I know that's
Skywatch.
Right. Skywatch.
You know, we have a lot of programs that go on throughout the school year. We have our regular program. We have Skywatch, which is at night, where we have the Astronomical Society come out, set up their telescopes so the kids can see the moon and the stars and the nebula. You know, sometimes we have to cancel if it's cloudy. You can't see the sky if it's cloudy. So, you know, we've had some bad luck. We also have outreach programs. We'll take our wildlife to the schools. We'll take our birds to the school. But those are also programs that you have to book and take care of. So, you know, we do library programs in the summer. We have summer camps, where, you know, in the summer. They run for about 6 weeks in the summer.
And you have camps for teachers, too.
We have, yes, we have professional development for teachers. So, and, you know, in our summer camp kids, they, that's a snake bracelet they're making to see the difference between the coral snake and the scarlet king snake, red touch yellow killer fellow. We have rocket camp. We have a kayak camp for middle school.
Kayak camp?
Yes, they get to go out and kayak.
In your lake?
And do water quality in our lake.
That's neat.
So we have some wonderful opportunities for students that are fun and educational at the same time.
And teachers can take classes.
And teachers can come out and do professional and bring their classes. So, you know, and we also have a partnership with other organizations. And so we try to make sure that our kids know in our county, you know, what are our native animals, you know, what to do. That is a skunk.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That is Taz, our skunk.
We've had the skunk here. What's the skunk's name?
Taz.
Taz, right.
And there's our possum, Rain.
Yeah. What do the kids think of that?
Cute.
Most people are afraid of him.
Oh, yeah, but once they see him, they think that he's pretty cool.
He is.
Because he has a lot of neat adaptations there. So, you know, we always see possums in the South. So, and, you know, they're harmless. And they do it, you know, they eat ticks.
Really?
You know, yeah, they eat anything, but they're big tick eaters. Of course, we have our white-tailed deer, you know. A lot of people like to come out, and these are animals that someone trying to make a pet. We call that deer napping. You know, they take a fawn out of the woods.
And make a pet? Make it into a pet?
Which is against the law. So, you know, we always tell kids, never take any baby animal out of the woods. Never. So even if you don't see the mother is there. So, you know, the mother is just hiding, waiting for you to leave. So, leave wildlife. Leave it.
That sounds good.
I know.
It's a good lesson.
I know, it's a good lesson.
May I keep Cobb for a little while?
Just like 2 more minutes.
Well, we have to take a break right now. You have to get him from me because I'm not going to give him back.
I know.
Desiree is going to come back, and we'll be back with Susan Clements to talk all about birds and bird nests. So stay with us.
Diesel is a very big industry, and I went into it in a 2-year program at the Bryant Career Tech with Tony Tillman.
When Jacob graduated from the Bryant Career Center, he had earned his diesel credential.
The Career Technical Center taught me a lot, all the way from not knowing anything about a motor or engine to knowing pretty much every single moving part of them.
MCPSS Career Tech. Start your future today.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be. from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
It started with me at Murphy High School when I came here as a freshman in 1973. I was very interested in math and science already before I came to Murphy. From Murphy High School, I was appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy, was able to get my college degree and also my commission in the U.S. Navy from the Naval Academy. But it truly was the foundation that I gained here at Murphy High School that allowed me to take advantage of that great opportunity.
Welcome back to Homeroom. We have a snake right here. His name is Cobb because he's a corn snake. Get it? I've tried to change his name, but they won't let me. We've had a wonderful time with our friends from the Environmental Studies Center, and we're going to talk about rehab because they do so much rehab. And also, what do you do if you find a baby bird? Because you need to know the right thing to do. So back here is Susan Clement. She is a biologist, and she works at the center. So let's talk about rehab.
Let's talk about rehab. Well, basically, you know, of course, our main purpose at the center is education, but kind of working together with the educational program is our wildlife rehabilitation program, where we take in injured wildlife and fix them and bring them back to the wild. But sometimes we get in things that can't be returned, such as Luco. You know, the eagle, he started at a rehab center. It was deemed that he couldn't be released, and now he stays as an educational animal. So pretty much if you come to the center, anything that you see there was originally in our rehabilitation program, except for Cobb. As Desi said, Cobb is from the pet trade. But you know, any of the birds that you see at the center, any of our mammals, initially came to our rehab program. So they kind of work together. You know, of course, our purpose is releasing back into the wild, but sometimes they can't be.
They can't.
Yeah.
But that is one of the coolest things in November and May when you have your open house, is for you to release one of the birds.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I usually cry. So
I mean, that's
so
our
cool.
ultimate purpose. And when you do it, of course, for me, it's kind of relief. It's one less animal we have to be dealing with. But yeah, to finally see it flying away.
It's beautiful.
You know, after having that injured wing or, you know, whatever was wrong with it, you just can't beat that.
Well, I know you have ducks that maybe they can't move right anymore. And what other animals do you have in the area with the ducks?
Well, we have pelicans down there. We have a turkey. We have some egrets and herons, along with the birds of prey in other areas. We have a songbird aviary. So yeah, I mean, we have a good variety. Of course, everything that we have is native. So that way, when you come out to the center, you learn about what could be in your backyard.
In your backyard, sure.
Or yeah, if you're out in the woods, what to look for, because these are animals that you might come across at some point.
I keep asking Desi when she's going to bring an orangutan, but since they aren't native.
Yeah, we don't find them in our woods here.
No, I know. Okay, so what's this here?
Okay, so basically I kind of want to talk about what to do when you find a baby bird, because so many times I get people calling the center saying, I just found a baby bird, Mama abandoned it, can I bring it to you? And as Desi kind of led to earlier, you know, basically babies need to be left alone because Mom is there, but if you're hovering over it, Mom's not going to be with it. She's going to be afraid. So there are actually two stages of a baby bird. The first one is called a nestling stage, where it's basically a baby that's still in a nest, that can't really fly, can't move around, doesn't have many feathers. Now, if you find a nestling on the ground, a baby that's not really hopping, basically what we have here is this hanging plant basket. This is what you want to get, just a hanging plant basket. You remove the bottom so that way it can't fill up with water. And basically I just have pine straw and leaves in there, natural materials. So we've got a hook, so we're just going to hang it in a bush and put the baby in it. It's okay to touch the baby because
that's an old
wives'
tale.
Old wives' tale. That maternal instinct is so strong, and birds don't have a good sense of smell. So put the baby in the made-up nest, put it in a bush close to where you found it. Mom and Dad, they'll be down there feeding it.
They do.
Now the other babies that we get a call about are the babies that are hopping around on the ground. oh, a cat's going to get it, or it's not flying. Well, what we do to help it is get it off the ground. It's going to hop out of this nest, but put it on a branch in a bush, because cats and dogs hunt visually. So just get it off the ground where it's more protected. You know, unfortunately in nature, there are predators. We can't take in every baby bird and take care of them. Mama and daddy are a lot better than we ever will. So to help it, get it off the ground where it's not out in the open, and that's the best thing. You know, I always tell them, so what if an alien came down and saw you standing there with nothing around it and thought, well, they must be abandoned, I have to take them in. And that's kind of how that baby's feeling. If you're picking it up to take it in to save it, it's terrified. So we want to leave it with mom and dad. And as Desi said, it's best to be just left alone. Leave these babies alone. It's very hard.
But you need to.
That instinct in us is to save it, to take care of it, but that baby's instinct is fear. You know, what is grabbing me? I'm terrified now. Where is my mom and dad? You are not my mom and dad.
Don't look like my mom and dad at all.
And so we have to leave them out there, even though it is hard. With, you know, our heart says save it, but our head has to say no. It has to be left with
But
mom
not
and
only
dad.
baby birds. Aren't there a lot of baby squirrels?
Yes, we have squirrels can be done the same thing. You can put a baby squirrel in here hanging in a tree. Raccoons, if you see them, you never want to touch a raccoon, but if you put gloves and put them back up in a tree. Deer are always left alone. Deer babies don't have a smell, so predators can't smell them.
And then once
Mama has a smell, so Mama stays away. So people go out and there's the cute little baby deer laying on the ground. That's where it's supposed to be. So we want to leave it.
That would be
out there.
really hard.
It would be very hard.
Oh my gosh!
They're so cute.
Why would they be there? I mean, what would have
because
happened? Maybe?
they leave them in the field because predators aren't going to smell the baby. Mom's out. She's there, but she's looking from afar because she has the odor that the predator's going to. So Mama goes in to feed, and then she kind of backs away. So yeah.
And you do have deer at the center.
We do have 2 deer. As Desi said, unfortunately, these were 2 deer that were taken from the field that they should have been left in. And the people raised them, and now the deer cannot survive. They don't know how to be a deer, so they came to us because of that. Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so we want to just leave the babies alone, every baby, you know, whether it be a deer or a bird or a raccoon. Now, possums are a little different. Possums are raised, you know, in the pouch on the belly, and sometimes the baby might fall out of the pouch. We'll take in possums because if we can't find mom, we can't find a place to put the baby. So that's a little different. Possums are the different one. We want to leave them. We do want to take them in. We do want to bring them to the environmental center where we can finish raising them.
Any idea how many animals are there?
We have, I want to say,
how many residents?
Around 100. I think we counted one year. It was around 100 residents. That includes all the reptiles and everything that we have. Yeah, and then in terms of our rehab, we take in between 700 and 800 animals a year with our rehab program. So yeah, it's very busy.
It is wonderful. What's the address?
6101 Gerby Road.
It's wonderful. Not open on the weekends, but during the week. And then don't forget about the open houses. Thank you so much. You and Desi are always so much fun.
Good to see you.
I guess I'm going to have to give her up now. Thank you for watching.